Hi, my name is Peter. I'm the technical sales engineer for Ritter. Today, I would like to demonstrate how to set the limit switches in our Ritter geared motors. I have in front of me an RW45 connected to a Link 4 iDrive 300. What I'm going to show you is applicable to all of our Ritter geared motors. The first step is to make sure all 4 set screws are loose. Next, we are going to check the motor direction. We are going to do this by switching the Link 4 control box to the closed position. As you can see, the pulley is rotating in this direction. This limit switch belongs to that direction. By using my Allen key in the long set screw, I could trip the first limit switch and the motor should stop. And it does. Now, I'm going to check the opposite direction by turning the control box into the open position. Now you can see the pulley rotates in this direction. Again, I'm going to use my Allen key and check the switch to see if the motor stops. And again, it does. If this is not the case, and the motor only stops at the safety switch, the open and closed wires in the control box need to be swapped. The next step is to ensure the brass reels are rotated to the outermost positions of the limit switch axle. Tighten the brass wheel as far as you can by hand. Now we are going to set the closed limit. For this video, we are assuming the system is half open. We are going to start by switching the control box to close. When you have reached your desired closed position, switch the control box off. Assuming that this is that position, I'm going to now turn the control box to off. I'm going to now use the Allen key to move the long set screw to the nearly vertical position just before the limit switch opens. Now I'm going to tighten the long set screw. You should now switch the control box to open direction for a couple of seconds and then back to close direction again to see if the limit closes correctly. We are now going to set the open limit. I'm going to switch the control box to the open direction. Your system is now running in the open direction. In a real situation, to open the system completely, it would take a couple of minutes. When the system is in the fully open position, switch the control box to off. Assuming that this is that position, I'm going to now switch the control box to off. Now I will use my Allen key and insert it into the long set screw to the nearly fully vertical position right before the switch is tripped. I'm also going to tighten the set screw. Now I will switch the control box to the closed direction for a couple of seconds and then back in the open direction again to see if the open limit has been set properly. And now we have confirmed that the open limit has been set properly. Now the limits of the motor have been set. The final step is to tighten all 4 set screws and to traverse the motor for a full cycle to make sure that the limits have been set properly. I have just showed you how to set the limits in a Ritter geared motor. All of the Ritter geared motors have the same limit switch system and have to be set in the same way. Now I'm going to show you what can go wrong when you press the contactors or use the jumpers to override the limit switch system. I'm now going to press the contactor to override the limit switch system. Let's see what happens. We have just witnessed the long set screw passing the limit. Overriding the limit switch system by pressing the contactors or using the jumpers on the control board, the motor has lost its open limit, bent the set screw, and possible damage has occurred to the micro switches. In normal operating procedure, the motor will not stop in the open limit anymore. Damage will occur to your greenhouse. When you have used the contactors or the jumpers to traverse the geared motor, always make sure that you visually inspect if the long set screw of the limit switch system are still within the safety zone. As you can clearly see, the closed limit is still within the safety zone, but the long set screw of the open limit is outside of its safety zone. Ritter recommends to install a new set screw and to purchase and install a new limit switch because the micro switches can be damaged. Resetting the limit switches is also required. Thank you for watching this video. If you need further help in troubleshooting, please contact me at the contact information you see on the screen.